What's up, everybody? Welcome to the It's Stuck with Nasty podcast. This is episode 11. Appreciate you all for taking time out to be here and listen to me speak about things I wish to speak about. Now, what this is that you are listening to is what this episode is about. You may call me Socrates. Alright, it's not a philosophy lesson, don't worry. What I mean is that this podcast is consistent content that will compound over time. We're talking about compounding content and consistency and the importance of it all. When it comes to content creation or anything really that requires time invested, consistency is the most important attribute you can have. Consistency means you are putting in the effort and working to achieve your goals. It means that even when your passion hits that point where it seems as if it's more work than it is fun sometimes, you will keep on pushing because this is what you were made to do. If you find yourself taking breaks often from creating content or learning an instrument or learning how to draw or whatever, you need to be real with yourself and ask the hard questions. Is this really for me? Or am I just like enamored with others who are already successful doing this? I know I personally faced this realization when it came to creating a fitness YouTube channel. I wanted to help people and do what the others were doing with the platform, but when it began to get tough, I realized that it wasn't really for me. I was just so impressed with the people I watched on YouTube that were part of the fitness industry that I felt like I wanted to be a part of it too. There are so many people out there trying to make it big, creating content that if you take an extended break from creating, the chances of losing your audience and starting over is pretty great. Let's say you commit to streaming every Monday from noon to 6, and you go strong for a few weeks and build some audience members that show up during those streams, and then you start taking weeks off. There's a solid chance they're going to find another streamer that sticks to their consistent schedule. It sucks, but unfortunately, there's so many people trying to do what you want to do. It's not that they are stealing your viewers or anything like that. It's that we as content consumers like the comfort of things being, where you said they would be. Streamer says, I'll be on a Friday at 6, never shows up, but you as a consumer were waiting for them. It's almost a breach of trust, and sometimes it feels that way. Technically, they are not obligated to do what they said. However, there are many others out there that will, and your viewers and consumers will gravitate towards those people. So here's some of my tips for being more consistent. Number 1, figure out what it is you want to do and why you want to do it. The why is very important because when you begin to struggle with what it is you're doing, that's when that why matters. If it's a strong enough why, you will push through and get it done. If it is a weak why, your chance of quitting is pretty high. Number 2, recognize that learning to do the thing and becoming good, great, or epic at it will take time and commitment and potentially even sacrifices. Number 3, decide how often you want to do this thing or how often you would like to put out a piece of content and then stick to it. It is important you figure out what kind of room you have in your schedule to work with. You do not want to go too hard out of the gate as there's a good chance you will burn out and fail. This happens a lot to many YouTubers and content creators. They burn out. If you only do one piece of content a week, then stick to that. At the end of the year, you'll be looking back at 52 pieces of content, which is substantial. Once you get a hold on that one piece of content every week, it becomes a bit easy. Maybe you can go to 2, giving you 104 pieces that year. Some people may say, well, 52 or 104 is not that much, but it's a hell of a lot more than the person who never started because they thought 52 or 104 wasn't that much. Also, start today. Stop waiting until you have just the right equipment. Stop waiting until you have the perfect edit. Stop waiting until it's the right time to do something. Everyone has to start somewhere and everyone needs to practice. Waiting until tomorrow means you already skipped a day you could have been moving towards your goal. I have heard this saying, the best time to start was yesterday, the second best time to start is today. That's good stuff. Setting future start dates is almost a guaranteed failure. Most common would be like, I will start my diet and exercise regimen at the start of the new year. I think this will be coming up for a lot of people this holiday season. Or on Monday, I'll quit smoking, you know? Like, if it's not important to you now, it's not going to be important to you in the future. So make it a priority and get that shit done. So start making your content or whatever it is you choose to do. Try not to worry about the views or listens or whatever at the beginning. I know these can be easy to obsess over, but it is more important you get your content out there for the main reason that it's good practice. The views, the likes, the listens, etc. comes in time, and it is compounding. So every week, you will get better. Don't try to make everything perfect. When it comes to content creation or art or, sometimes leaving things a bit raw and unruly is a good thing. You have plenty of time to get fancy later. Practice the basics first, and once you get comfortable doing that, then you can add the flair. Think about it. You're putting out your first piece of content. No one views it. Now your second, maybe a view or two. Now your 10th, 50 views. Your 100th, 5,000 views. Consumers will join your journey at different stages, so why not start now, get the growing pains out of the way, and then once your content begins to compound and the audience is flowing in, you have a much more polished work to display. I know some of the YouTubers I watch have unbelievable content, like amazing editing and transitions, ultra high quality videos. Sometimes I go back to some of their original videos from 4 or 5 years ago to see where they started. Shit is terrible. And honestly, if I would have found them then, I probably wouldn't have began watching them. But since I found them with a polished product that I can appreciate very much where they came from early on in their channel. Just remember, people who are successful in their craft did not get that way overnight, and neither will you. That's why I love this day and age, because you can literally go back and watch your favorite artists, content creators, anyone really, and see how they have grown and where they came from. Seeing what they are now is a compilation of consistency and practice for years. You can't just grab a Candyland card and zip right to the end. We all gotta put in the work. Hopefully you guys found this useful, and maybe it even sets a fire under your bum to get things moving. But for now, let's kick it over to last week's review and see if I stayed consistent with my stuff last week. This is last week's review. So last week we again streamed Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So this has been pretty consistent, keeping those 4-day schedule pretty much around the same time so that people know when I'm going to be there. And that's how we keep it consistent, right guys? So yeah, we did those 4 streams. We're up to over 40 followers now. I think we're at 41 as of today. So yeah, I mean, it's slow and steady, and it's cool that new people are just popping in the stream and dropping the follows. This is still something that I wasn't seeing playing Destiny on Twitch. So I feel like this is going pretty well, and we're closing in on what I was at Facebook before I left Facebook to come over to Mixer and do this one full time instead of jumping back and forth. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Other than that, that was pretty much it. We got the podcast out last week, as always. No new art or anything, but I do want to start getting some more ideas. If you guys have any cool ideas or whatever that I should throw into the stream, I am all ears. Hit me up on Twitter or Instagram at It's Thug McNasty, and I will see if I can make some of them happen, because kind of got a artist block, if you will. I'm just being so creative with the stream and spending a lot of time at work as an artist, and sometimes the creative side kind of goes by the wayside. Plus, I'm drawing more. I try to draw 30 minutes a day or more, trying to get better at that. So I'm putting my creative juices towards a lot of different avenues right now. But for next week, again, more of the same. Hopefully the same 4 streams, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Gonna continue to draw, and another thing I want to be more into this week is stopping by other people's streams, maybe find a new streamer or whatever, because I only have a few people that I follow right now on Mixer, and a couple of them were people that I followed way back on Twitch, and they had made the move a while ago, and then I refound them on Mixer. But if you guys are looking to watch some more people on Mixer, I recommend these guys. They used to be on Twitch, and now they're over on Mixer. They made the move a while ago. It's a married couple, Babe and Pete is what they're called. It's Babe X Pete is the channel name, so BABEXPETE. So definitely check those guys out. They play a lot of Fortnite, Destiny, all that stuff. Babe typically plays during the day, and then when Pete gets home from work, they team up and make it happen. They got a really cool layout. Like if you want to watch Pete play, then you hit a button on Mixer and it'll show just Pete's side of things, or you could watch both of them play or just Babe's side of things. So it's really cool. They got a bunch of different things you could do in the stream also. So very interactive, very cool, awesome community, and you should totally check them out. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this week, guys. Really appreciate you being here again. Hopefully something in this episode is of value to you and we can all become more consistent. So yeah, if you guys have anything that you personally do that improves your consistency, let me know on Twitter, on Instagram, wherever. Hit me up during the broadcast this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, most likely. But again, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, at It's Slugwig Nasty, and I will let you know when I'm going to go live, and we'll do it up. So hopefully I catch you in the broadcast this week, and if not, I will catch you next Monday in the podcast. And until then, have a fantastic week. Later.